your secret?
Wow, got to start with the secret. Well, first of all, I'm tickled to be here again with everybody. And IT, yes, but let's add HD to that. And HD is human design. So it's relatively new field when we talk about astrology. That's a very ancient practice. I Ching is an ancient practice, the Kabbalah. All of those things now have been incorporated into something we call human design. And what it tries to do is actually be a science of differentiation. So it takes all of these studies and it turns it into a profile that you can actually have action steps, get to know who you really have come into this world to be. What is your purpose? We lose that along the way with all the conditioning of our parents, of the world around us, and it's getting even noisier now with everything that's bombarding us. So I think the timing of human design really starting to be the go-to tool for people to really reconnect with their soul's purpose and facilitate making easier decisions, meet less resistance in their life, feel happier in their life, in their relationships, whether that's work or personal. It's a wonderful tool to be able to do that. So one of the things you do need to know is your birth time. So if you don't have that, some astrologers have the ability to help you determine what your birth time is. But if you do know it, and you obviously know the date you were born and you know where you were born, then we can determine what type you are. So human design has, excuse me, 5 different types, starting out with manifestors. And we look at projectors. And then we have generators. And then we have manifesting generators and reflectors. So with the time I have here today, I'm going to go into manifestors and projectors because I'm a manifester. Greg is a manifester. And Val, you're a projector. So what does it mean to be a manifester? Well, excuse me again. Gee, after listening for so long, I have to get my voice up to speed here. So manifestors, our type is really a type that is a trailblazer. We are the ones who bring new ideas into the world, bring inspiration, and we're really here to make the first move. So we're the ones who are going to be initiating ideas. We're not here to wait. So that gives you a permission to tune into that ability that you have, the energy that you have as a manifestor to do those things. And then we look at, and that really comes into your strategy. So there's a strategy part to every profile. And a strategy is really to initiate things and to inform. So one of the best ways to be really in your zone, in your lane as a manifester is not only to come up and be a trailblazer and initiate ideas, but also to inform. So that'll help reduce the resistance if you're actually informing people of what you're going to do before you do it. So a lot of us will tend not to do that because we don't want to meet with the resistance. We don't want to be told no. But as a manifester, that is what's going to allow us to really shine and be able to initiate things. Then each person has their own individual authority. And what authority is really the way that you make decisions best. And for, excuse me, for both Greg and myself, we have a tune into your intuition. So that is our strongest way to be able to make decisions, is by that intuition. It's one of our strongest traits. So we have to be able to tap into that little quiet voice inside that tells us our intuition is honing in on something. And then each of us will have a profile, and you're going to have to excuse me. I got to take a sip of water.
Take your time. Grab a water break.
Woo!
I'm having coffee here on the side too. Go ahead.
Okay, we're back. So your profile is made up of 2 numbers. And again, this is all determined by where all the planets were when you were born, the time that you were born. They're made up of 2 numbers. So I'm a 3-5 profile and Greg is a 3-6. So we both have that 3 in common. And the 3 in a profile really means that you're somebody who learns through trial and error. So Greg, does that sound like you? You're an experimenter. You learn best by trial and error. You're not going to learn best by somebody telling you how it's done. You'll listen, but then you're going to go ahead.
I told you, hey Val, I told you this is the new horoscope, right, of 2023. Wendy, I'm sitting back listening to my own show. I was on mute. I heard my name. I said, oh my God, do I have to talk here? Are you kidding me? You know, reckless? Hello?
Yeah.
Since high school.
Yeah,
right?
We're the experimenters with a 3 in your profile. And that's not unique to being a manifester. Because actually, Val, you have a 3-5 profile like I do. So you are also somebody who learns through trial and error. You're the experimenter. Does that sound like you?
Well, there's so many numbers and letters and yes, I definitely am an experimenter, not afraid.
So it resonates with you. Okay, so the 5 in the 3-5. So the 5 is somebody who's here to love, to help people and guide them, to actually be the liberator. So that's what the 5 in your profile will mean. And these are really generalities. I did call it a science of differentiation. So when you do really get a reading of your body graph, which is your chart, there are so many other aspects of it that will dissect your strengths, your gifts, what you're here to do. So, you know, my 3-5 is going to be a little bit different than Val's 3-5. Greg being a 3-6, the 3-6 is innate wisdom. You're a role model and a very wise sage. I don't know about that, but
I'll pay you $5.
Dollars, yeah.
There's something nice about me, Wendy. You said something nice. That's very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, there's no better profile or better, type or authority. It's really taking the energy that was incarnated into your body and using it to your advantage, using this tool to live your life in better alignment with yourself and with the people around you. So, and just to give you, background on the other, there's 6 profile numbers. So, like we said, the 3 is learning by trial and error. 5 is somebody who loves to help people, is here to guide them and liberate them. 6 is the innate wisdom, the role model. Number 1 is if you have the 1 in your profile, you're a knowledge seeker, you're an investigator. That will inform how you go about your life. If you're 2, you're just the natural. Those people just seem really natural at doing things. What the neat thing about this system is that this is in you, whether you recognize it or not. So you might say to somebody, yes, your profile is a 2-4, so you should be natural at something, but they may have been told from the time they were born that they were inept, they had 2 left feet, whatever it is. So, you start to believe that about yourself. But when you start to know what you were truly, your energy was put on this planet for, you can start to tap into that. And you can start to hear those voices inside of you that have wanted to get out, because they are there. They don't go anywhere. They've just been silenced for a lot of what's going on in the world and what we do to each other. So going on, if you have a 4 in your profile, you're, a people person. You have the gift of bonding. You've ever met those people who just have that way of connecting people and bonding with people. So that's the 4. So those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the profiles. And you always have 2 numbers in your profile. So now projectors.